healthy mind to a healthy body. I'm Chad Matthew in the nutrition kitchen with our wonderful and amazing nutritionist, Kylie, down in Melbourne. Hello, Kylie. How are you?
Good morning, Chad. Very well. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, love. I'd have you every day of the week. My intake of knowledge and information is coming in abundance. Now, we're going to be talking about a rhizome, which you just shared with me, this brand new word. What is it?
Essentially, good question again. Okay, so we're talking about ginger today. Look, it's a pretty tech word for something that just grows under the ground and has auxiliary shoots come off it. Okay, so we're talking like your turmerics and your galangals and a few other vegetables.
So ginger, a rhizome, which I have only just learned as well, guys. Like, I'm reading these things, hearing these things for the very first time. But we all know how good ginger really can be for us. But we want to know how ginger really is great for us. So, Kylie, what does ginger do the best?
Top 3 things for ginger. Okay, it's got a gut modulating effect, so it really helps kill that bad bacteria and help that good bacteria in your gut. And we know from our previous discussions that there's so much talk around mind-body medicine starting in the gut. Health begins in your gut. Secondly, ginger is really great, especially coming into the winter months, to really disperse some of that sticky mucus. It really brings that up if we've got cold and flu. And lastly, it can actually influence neurotransmitter production. So neurotransmitters, they're the hormones within our body that definitely have a big role to play in mood regulation. So in some studies, ginger has been shown to increase serotonin levels and reduce anxiety.
Wow, that's really interesting. So I guess MindForLife is all about kind of, homing in on depression, depressive states of mind, anxiety, kind of all those holistic kind of things, and very large spoken realms that are all very individual. So what would you suggest? Do you think that it's something that could be used daily, or is it better off using it a little bit kind of less consecutively so you get more out of it?
When we talk bang for buck with ginger, I actually use it every day. So it's hot water and lemon ginger in the morning. And it gives you that nice start to the day. It's that mindfulness that we keep talking about. You're sipping on, your cup of tea, and that's your focus for the day. It then actually goes into a smoothie for me, and I actually grate it on a lot of dishes because it's a really it's just flavor enhancing, and it's a really good way to add flavor without adding salt.
Yeah. Now, I've been into the supermarket and there's another little family friend. And sometimes when you're scanning yourself out, you may pick one or the other. What's its little friend that's also at the supermarket, in case people get confused?
So you'll go to the supermarket and you'll see old ginger, which is a lot woodier. You'll see the young ginger. You'll see galangal. You'll get a big waft of heat if you use that instead of ginger. That's it's quite spicy. And then there's also turmeric, but we should be able to tell the turmeric. It's quite orange in color.
Yeah. Well, I guess ginger is really well known. Cold and flu season, ginger, honey, lemon has always been kind of the staple 3 together. Now, is that ginger helps for things like car sickness and travel sickness and things like that as well, which is really interesting. So what is it about ginger that helps so beyond the cold and flu?
It's a real tummy settler. And you'll notice that the travel sickness tablets, they're made from ginger. And also for all those mamas out there that are experiencing the rough early day symptoms and throwing up in early days of pregnancy, sipping on a little bit of ginger tea is really recommended.
Just throw it up out there.
Throw it up out there.
Well,
it's horrible.
It happens. Yeah, no, definitely. So what's the best climate and time and place that ginger grows, just so you're getting your best product?
Look, ginger's kind of one of those warm climate underground, grows in the dirt rhizomes. Mostly we get them in from Queensland or OS when they're coming in, when we're talking logistically. But Victoria does grow them, and you can get them most times of the year. But at the moment, it's the autumn. It's when we really need them, like when we're dealing with the upper respiratory illnesses and, when the days are getting shorter and our moods are getting lower. I think it's a real booster.
And I guess we were talking about this as well with Julian, and that was, probably not planting it on the side of the house so it grows under and lifts a few bricks. So if you're going to grow your own ginger, maybe out in an open area, a spaced area, right?
Yeah, I'm going to call out Julian, our producer, our lovely producer, has said, don't grow it along fence lines, which I'm going to take his word for it. I've never grown it along a fence line, but grow it in a pot. And you know what the best thing about these are? Break it off, let it dry out a little bit, chuck it in the soil, and you've got ginger for days. You're then growing your own ginger. That's how it grows.
Oh, really?
It's that easy.
That quickly?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you need to water it very often, or?
I'd let the rain water it coming into winter.
Okay, well,
it's like dry. Yeah. It likes that subtropical. Yeah.
So I guess, what is the best way of picking ginger? Like, is there any way to look at a piece of ginger and know that this is good, this is kind of on its way out, or does ginger really not have an expiry date? What could people look out for to know that they're eating what gives them the most benefits of the nutrients within the ginger?
So when we're talking nutrients and plant nutrients, it's so dependent on the soil that it's grown in, how it's been treated, and also the transport and the logistics of how that ginger's travelled and how old it is. So just quickly, the old scratch and sniff at the supermarket is a really good one.
Don't be scratching and sniffing everything. If I come to Melbourne and I see fingernail marks in all the food, I'm going to know that you've been there, Kyle.
You have to know. I think that's important. And you can actually tell the young ginger from the old ginger. So the old ginger really does look almost a grey colour, and a young ginger has that almost mustardy, vibrant yellow. So you can tell the difference. And it's normally labelled as well, young or old.
Right, so grey or yellow. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, yeah, it's definitely something that, I have ginger on it. When I get ill, I will have ginger raw and garlic raw and squeeze lemon down my neck. And even though it's really hideous, I swear 2 days later, I feel so much better for doing it. Like, it really works. Like, the immune system bounces back so quickly using these really strong, potent, natural ingredients. It is truly amazing that it's not advertised to kind of take a hit here and there and you're kind of fixed.
Yeah, there's something so important to be spoken about and to be said about just using plants as medicine or food as medicine and really helping them to kind of nourish your body and support it. It's prevention rather than the aftermath trying to deal with it.
That's right. Oh, well, thank you so much. I've forgotten that word that we started with now. What is the name of a ginger?
The rhizome.
A what? A rhizome?
It is a rhizome.
Yes. So there you go, guys.
Rhizome,
people of all ages. We have learned the original name and articulation of a rhizome, which is your ginger, which comes in a few different forms of your baby and your older ginger, grey or yellow. And as you can hear, there is so much to do with ginger and what it can really, really help you with. So look further into it. Kylie's got a whole heap of literature coming your way. Scroll up, scroll down, press right, press left, and you'll find it all there. So thank you all for tuning in. And from a healthy mind to a healthy body, I'm Chad Matthew, and
I'm Kylie. Lovely to do that.